Okay then, so Andy, thank you for joining me today. So how has it been for you so far during lockdown?
It's been good, to be fair. Just missing football massively. Like we got, I had a major layoff obviously at the start of the season, and we eventually got going. And I think now it's just boring again, to be honest, mate. Just missing it. Like you finally get the bug back, and for us as well, like finally get playing well, winning a few matches, then you get put on hold. But I think that'll make us hungry as a squad. So we've got 4 weeks to improve on a few things, obviously like away from the pitch, like physically. And I think when we come back, everyone will be raring to go again. Hopefully we can pick up from where we left off.
So the fans have been sending in their questions, and we're going to start off with James Hargreaves, who asks, we've had some very successful goalkeepers in the past who have gone down as legends at the club, Scott Cooksey and Dan Crane being the obvious names. Do you see yourself as being the Pitman #1 for a few years and adding your name to the list?
I hope so, yeah. I say, obviously I was on loan last year, and this season, obviously being a signed player, I've really enjoyed myself so far, and I'm hoping the fans are enjoying watching me play. And I say, hopefully I can just carry on playing well and keep getting the games in. So hopefully, maybe in a few years we've racked up a stupid amount of game time, and the fans can put me down on one of them legends list. But I'd never call myself a legend, Dan, you know that. But I am a legend at the club already, and I think a few people already know it.
This question from Chris Selfer, who asks, why are all goalkeepers eccentric?
I think to be a goalkeeper, you've got to be eccentric anyway. I see anyone who's in and around the club knows me and knows that if you come down to the change room, the only person you'll probably hear walking around myself. I say, I don't know. I think all goalkeepers are just, everyone's got a screw loose, to be fair. And I think you have to play in the position. But I say, I enjoy it, and I'm sure the other goalkeepers do as well.
This question from Sam, who asked, what's your opinion on the greatest YouTube channel on YouTube, the Academy Goalkeeper Official?
Oh, his channel's horrendous. His channel's absolutely horrendous. If anyone watches him, I don't know what they're up to, because they should be watching my new one, the Andy Wycherley GK. But no, Sam does well with YouTube. It's helped me out massively, to be fair. We've been doing a few videos and that together. So if anyone hasn't seen Sam's channel, go like and subscribe and all that. But yeah, we've been doing some bits together, and he's helped me out massively with mine as well. So
when can we expect anything new on your channel?
We did a bit of training over the weekend, so just getting around to doing a bit of editing and that on that now. So hopefully sometime this week we'll have another little training video up. But I say, when we get back to playing and training, I'm going to try to do something similar to what Ben Foster does with the cycling GK. But yeah, it might take a bit of working out because I'm not the brightest, but we'll get there eventually.
This question from Tom Jenkins, who asks, the best and worst goalkeeper you ever seen play?
Best and worst goalkeeper I've ever seen play? I've ever seen with my own eyes?
Yeah.
I say, when I was watching television as a kid, I loved Ryan Young, and obviously he played at Hednesford as well. So we'll go Ryan Young for best goalkeeper I've seen play. But worst goalkeeper, I don't have a clue, to be honest, Dan. I don't remember the names of anyone who plays horrendous. Just batter them whilst they're playing. But I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus and shout them out as the worst goalkeeper, because then they'll be coming straight back for me.
This comes from Paul, who asks, not only are you a good keeper, you're also quite a character as well, which must help when getting abuse, banter from the opposition fans behind the goal. So what are your favourite stories regarding this?
Oh, I don't think I have any stories. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, I do have one, and it's an absolute howler of a story as well. I was at Telford, we were playing FC United away, and I don't know if anyone's ever been to FC United, but they've got some decent fans behind their goal. Like proper decent, like sing for the entire game. And we've gone 1-0 up, so I've turned around and given absolute loads, like celebrating like over the top. I think about 10, 15 minutes later, they whip across it and I drop an absolute stinker and it goes in. So I got battered for the rest of the game for that. So there you go. But I think over the years, obviously playing in front of people, you just learn to not let them get in your head. So you just learn different ways to deal with that. But it is definitely difficult to say. When we played in the trophy a few weeks ago at Royston, there was like 2 or 3 boys behind the goal, and every time the ball was coming close to goal, they were literally just saying Andy, 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 and it's so annoying. But I say you just have to learn to deal with it.
Next question from Joe, who asks, who's better, Sam or Jose?
Sam Woolley's definitely a talent to watch in the Hednesford scholarship setup. But Jose's a class act. Anyone who watches him in the shooting during the warm-up will know that he's a top-class shot stopper. Even in training as well. Some of the saves he pulls off, they're a joke. But nah, I've got to give it Jose on that. Sam's got a lot of learning to do yet, so I'm going Jose.
Brad Craddock asked, what's been your best moment in the Pitman shirt?
I looked at this one when the questions went out, and I was trying to think to like one game, and I was looking back, and my favourite game was Lowestoft away last year when we come out there we won 2-0 I think, unless I haven't watched all the way to the end of the highlights.
We won 2-0.
Yeah, but I enjoyed that game because we were cruising all game, and then they piled like loads of pressure on the end. I've had to make a few saves, like lads are throwing bodies on the line, and we got out there with 2-0 win. And I think that's like a classic away win from home that you just got to put the graft in, especially being Lowestoft as well. It's more enjoyable because everyone knows that journey is an absolute stinking one.
Question from Peter asks, what's been your best save for the Pitmen and your biggest clanger for us, if you think there was one?
Clanger, we've got to go Bromsgrove because that one's horrendous, wasn't it? So we won 5-1 and we absolutely battered them, but that goal was stinking, wasn't it? The one that they scored. Yeah. Best save? I don't know, to be fair, Dan.
Was that one?
I'm not sure.
Chester?
I don't think.
In the replay.
One against Chester.
I think you did it with one hand in the second half, if I remember rightly.
Oh, yeah. We'll go that one. That was a joke, that, to be fair, wasn't it? We'll go with that one.
Yeah.
We'll get a little highlight of that in there as well somewhere.
So Paul asks, have you always been a keeper? If so, what other keeper did you look up to or copy when you were younger?
I haven't always been a goalkeeper, but I have been since a very young age. So when I first started to play outfield and just didn't enjoy running around, just enjoyed whipping the ball into the box, which I think you can tell from my goalkeeping because I just like to smash it as far as I can. But yeah, I've always enjoyed playing goal, and goalkeepers I've looked up to Ika Casillas and Joe Hart. I'd say they're my 2 favourite, but definitely over the recent few years now, there's some top class goalkeepers coming through that are like similar age to me, but still look up to them. Like Dean Henderson's one. But yeah, Ika Casillas and Joe Hart are the ones for me.
This question from Westwood Decorators, he asks, how difficult decision was it to sign for the Pitmen, as I thought you were full-time before joining us? And what do you see the team is now capable of achieving this season?
I say in the summer, Solihull decided not to renew my contract, and obviously Hednesford said that they'd give me one, obviously part-time, but I was excited to come back to Hednesford because of the new chairman and the project that they have set for the club. And obviously this season we didn't get off to the best of starts, but like I say, a few new lads are coming now, and we're like last 2 or 3 games we've been absolutely flying. So I think like we could easily get in and around the playoffs. I think, if not, go up straight away. But just depends on how it runs throughout the season after this lockdown. But I think if we carry on playing before the lockdown, we'll be absolutely flying after Christmas.
Is there any game you're looking forward to playing when we come out of this lockdown?
I was looking forward to playing Barwell, but obviously that was this Saturday's gone, wasn't it? Because in the summer I was speaking to Guy and he said, I can't wait till we play you again. So I was looking forward to that one. but that'll have to be rearranged now. So I have to look forward to that one again.
What about the Rushall game?
Is that Boxing Day?
Boxing Day, yeah.
Yeah, say I messaged Gloves when he went there because he obviously put a message in and he said to see you all Boxing Day. So sort of had an idea where he was going anyway. But yeah, can't wait till I can come and smash him on a corner or something and wallop his big head.
This question from Matt asks, what's it like having Jose Vega as a goalkeeping coach?
Jose's top class, to be fair. He works well with me. I say we have a few of the lads' degrees where we have a bit of a love-hate relationship, but we love each other dearly. Like, he'll get on to me when I'm not doing my best, but sometimes that's what you need. So I hate him at the time for it because he gets on to me, but afterwards, like, he's helped me out and got me through the session or the game. Because sometimes I do slack off a bit, so it's important to have someone there to get you going again. So Jose is top class, to be fair.
This question from Steve Rigby, and he ask him how much he enjoys playing at Keys Park and how big an impact the fans have at home games.
I think Keys Park is a great stadium, obviously one of the best in non-league, in fact. And I think the fans are always behind us. And say over the last few games, there's been 600 in every week, which is like amazing, to be fair. So the fans are massive, and the sooner that we can turn Keys Park into like I don't know which way to call it, but like teams be scared to come there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a fortress almost. So teams are scared to come there, so it just makes it so much easier for us. And obviously the fans at home games are a massive, massive part of that as well. And also, like, little shout out to the little group of away fans that travel all over the place. There was even some low stuff this year as well as last year, so credit to them.
Another question from Tommy Rass. During my goalkeeping days, scored 3 goals. If anyone wants to hear about them, I'll fill you in at the next home match. How many have you scored?
You can definitely tell them about them because I'd love to hear the stories. But I've scored 1 when it was 7-aside, so I don't know if you're counting that or not, but it just literally boomed at length the pitch and it's gone in. Goalkeepers had a torrid, to be fair, but yeah, that's it. I'm surprised I haven't scored one, to be fair. Definitely due to come up for a corner sometime soon.
Vicky asks, where do you see yourself playing in 2 years' time?
Always difficult question, isn't it, that one? I'd like to see myself either as Hednesford solid number 1 or playing higher. Where that'll be, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm going to make it to the Prem because I'd be joking myself if I said that, but I think I'd either like to be at Hednesford solid number 1 or playing higher, but who knows where that could be. Hopefully in the Prem, who knows?
This is a question from the gaffer who asks, who is his goalkeeping inspiration?
Like I said before, I loved Ika Casillas and Joe Hart. Obviously, they're both massive goalkeepers. I think Joe Hart, for me, he was a massive inspiration because he only lived just up the road from myself. Obviously, Telford and Shrewsbury are quite close. So to see him playing for Man City in England, obviously a massive inspiration because you think that no one from Shropshire could ever do that. And he did it, so it gave everyone a little bit of hope. And I think Casillas, for me, because like similar height-wise, he just showed me that it doesn't matter how tall you are, you can always be a top-class goalkeeper. And he's obviously one of the best, and he's gone down as a legend of the game as well. So definitely those 2 for me.
Question from Dan Sweeney who asks, what's your favourite feature about yourself and why?
Oh, definitely my hair. It needs, like, to be fair, it needs a haircut. Like, lockdown's not doing me well, Dan, as you can see, but it's definitely my hair. Goes back so well now as well. But yeah, Sweeney can relax as well. He's Barnett's terrible at the minute and he's not best looking either, so he can chill out.
Who would you say has got the biggest ego in the dressing room?
Sweeney loves himself to bits. Like, he'd eat himself. If he could eat himself, he would, sorry.
Okay, they've got some questions now from the Hednesford Town forum, and this comes from Steve K, who asks, what got you into goalkeeping and what is one tip you offer to young keepers?
Goalkeeping for me, I just got stuck in there one Sunday morning. Our goalkeeper didn't turn up, so show of hands, he wants to go and goal, just stuck my hand up straight away. And I just loved it from then, like just diving around, getting muddy. Mom hated it, but just getting muddy, just loved it. So for me, for any young goalkeeper coming through, you've got to enjoy it, because as soon as you stop enjoying it, there's no point. So I'd say young goalkeepers, just play with a smile on your face, train with a smile on your face, and just enjoy yourself.
So a question from Pitt Manchester, who asks, why don't keepers wear caps these days when the sun is in their eyes?
I don't want to like ruin my hair, to be fair, Dan.
Yeah.
Just like, it's that amazing. I just want it out all the time. But no, I don't know, to be fair. I've never really been one for wearing a cap. I always seem to think I can get away with it, but definitely need to invest in one. If anyone's got a Hednesford Town cap they wanna chuck onto me, I'd happily wear it.
This is a question from Pitman, who asks, do you believe that you fit the stereotypical view that goalkeepers are eccentric? Why don't keepers of the modern era have a little bag with them which they stick in the back of the goal before the match? It was all the rage at one time.
What was that? What was that last bit?
You know, like goalkeepers used to have a little bag.
Yeah,
on the net.
yeah.
So why don't goalkeepers now have that?
I don't know, you know. I generally don't know. I used to have one as a kid, and now like I either bring a water bottle or nothing.
Yeah.
Obviously, soon GoPro will be coming out of me. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Dan put a little link there. But I don't know. Obviously, some keepers still do have them as well, you know. But I'm not sure. Not sure why. Because obviously, they used to have like a little towel in there, a spare pair of gloves, maybe a little water bottle or something. But I don't know.
So would you consider having a bag for the next league game?
If we can get Hednesford Town one, I'll definitely have it then.
Yeah. So maybe some of the fans can help you out with that one.
If anyone's got a spare black bag and want to put a badge in it or something, I'll rock it for them.
This is a question from Pitt Manchester. He's asking on behalf of his son. His son plays in goal, and he was wondering, how do you anticipate a penalty which way striker is going to shoot?
I don't know. There's a few things you look at, like the way they run up to the ball, how they put the ball down. I always think about what type of player they are. If they're a bit stiff, they're always going to go side foot and probably a little bit straight. If they've got a bit about them, they'll probably whip it. But to be fair, it's pot luck, to be fair. I've been lucky over the last few years. Some penalty saves, saved a few this year already, and I've 3 and 3?
Yeah,
no one scored one, have they?
You've saved one against Bromsgrove in the friendly, didn't you?
Yeah.
One against Banbury and one against Bromsgrove again.
One against Bromsgrove again, yeah. So I don't know, just got away with it, I think. But yeah, it's all I'd say is just pick your side and stick with it. Go with it with confidence. That's all I'd say.
This is a question from Asa Hamilton, who asks, who's the best striker you played with?
The best striker I played with, definitely got to be Asa. Sweeney comes close, but Ace is a big problem. Playing well below himself. Sweeney comes close. Who else we got? Danny Glover. He's made my kicking look amazing in the last year or so. So got to chuck him up there. But yeah, Ace is the top striker. Anyone who don't know Ace, he's an absolute fighter. Like literally, and on the pitch as well. Like he'll die for anyone on that pitch and he'll run all day, and his finishing's a joke, to be fair. So it's a close one. I put on Twitter, I'd love to see him and Sweeney play together, because them two would be like exceptional together. But Ace is definitely better looking than Sweeney as well. He's got amazing teeth. He'll tell you that himself as well.
Question from Trevor, who asks, Who is the best defender in your opinion to have played in front of you and why?
I looked at this one and found it a little bit difficult because I couldn't really think back, because everyone who's played in front of me has always been amazing, to fair, and helped me out loads. But I really like at the minute playing with Rouse and Bales, to be fair. I know it sounds silly because they're my two centre-halves at the minute, but just trust them with the ball. And I think at this level, it's hard to trust centre-halves with the ball, but I know that I can give it them to anywhere and they can deal with it. Bales has a stinker sometimes, but yeah, I love playing with them too at the moment. Obviously, I only played 2 games with them, but it's been good, to be fair. I've enjoyed it.
What would you say is the mood between the lads now in lockdown?
Lockdown's always a little bit difficult, as it was last time, because the only way you can talk to people is obviously WhatsApp. So, we've been doing running and bits together with our GPS vests. There's a few lads putting their times and that in for that. Sweeney had everyone the other day saying it was Bale's birthday, so that got everyone talking a little bit. Flan got battered for looking like Chaz off Coronation Street or EastEnders.
I think it's
Coronation Street. Yeah, so Flan just looks like a spit of him. But yeah, Sweeney's had everyone saying it was Bale's birthday and it wasn't. Even Shakes was fuming with that. But I say, it'll go quiet for a few days. Then everyone will pop up with a little conversation and it'll go quiet. So Gaffer's speaking about a series that he's raving about at the minute called The Sinner. Watched 2 episodes of it, and it's tough to watch, to be fair. I don't know how he sat and watched through the whole series, but it's a tough watch. He's wrong in the head, but no, it's always difficult. But I say everyone's getting on well at the moment, so let's see who we are at the end of the 4 weeks.
Do you have a favourite game so far you played for Hednesford?
Favourite game? I enjoyed the Chester one at home because there was a few people there for that one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was enjoyable. I would have liked to have won that game, but obviously that's not the way it goes. I enjoyed that one at home, so it was rocking that day. And then obviously we'll go with that Lowestoft away game as well, where we won 2-0. I enjoyed that one.
And finally, Andy, have you got any message for the Hednesford Town fans?
For the fans, all I say for the fans is that next time you come down to watch us, just get behind us. They've been amazing so far this season. Obviously, we didn't start how we wanted to, but results and performances started to pick up now. So what I say is just trust in the way we play. Know sometimes it might look a little bit boring, but just trust us, stick with it. Just chuck a few Olays in there for keeping it for a long period of time. But what I say is just be loud like they have been this season, because they've been fantastic. And hopefully at the end of the season we'll have something to show for it, and they can get partying once everything's a little bit more back to normal. But yeah, they've been amazing so far. So I just say stick with us, enjoy themselves, enjoy the ride, and just be as loud as they possibly can for us.
Thank you, Andy, for doing this.
No problem, mate.